Fáilte roimh go léir arís go agrán eile de Matt and Michael. Welcome again to Trim. Suddenly, it's April and almost Easter. Among other things this week, we have a touch of April foolery and also a nod to Holy Week and Easter. We hope you enjoyed this video. Over to you, Matt.
I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. But everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon one duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking down the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he His jolly face was wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his red mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, "I must arrest you." He didn't know what for, and then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might.
Survivor by Roger McGough. Every day I think about dying, about disease, starvation, violence, terrorism, war, the end of the world. It helps keep my mind off things.
I once asked an old man, did he know what the longest word was? I suppose I was about 10 or 11. And the old man, I suppose he was 50 if he was a day. And he lived in our house at the time. We were privileged as kids to grow up sharing our house with lots of lovely people who were working in Trim. I suppose my parents did it, tried to raise the few bob to pay the fees for secondary education. Unless you don't know, we had to pay for secondary education in those days. None of us had college. Although I always tell people we had the better college, we had the University of Life. The only thing that was missing were the certificates at the end. Well, my late sister, I suppose, had college in America. But anyway, I asked him, did he know the longest word? And I thought this man knew everything, and I wasn't far wrong. He said, I think it might be human ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. I said, what? He said, human ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Oh my God, I said, is there such a word? He said, there is. Well, of course, that was long before Google, and I had no idea whether he was telling me, spoofed me or not. But anyway, I decided to have a look the other day, and I found the word, and there is such a word, and it describes a particular type of lung disease. Now, fast forward to Mary Poppins and that film. That used to have this very long word, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And it was a very popular song in that film. And I'm thinking now that maybe there are mummies trying to control young people or trying to think of something for them to amuse them. Or there might be somebody in a nursing home, Nicole maybe. You might be wondering how to divert the attention of some of your patients. And maybe this might be some way of diversion to pronounce and learn a real long word. And we'll sing it if I can still sing it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. 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 Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. My father gave my nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word that saved my aching nose. The biggest word you ever heard, and this is how it goes. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you lay it down enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. He travelled all around the world and everywhere he went. He'd use this word and all would say there was a clever gent. When Dukes and Maharaja passed the time of day with me, I say my special word and then they set me up the chief. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
There's a little bit of Irish in everybody, and tonight as I talk to you, you will recall that your parents and your grandparents had and still do have this way of talking. You see, we Irish, when we talk, we answer a question first, and then we ask it. Have you noticed that? We say things like, you won't have a drink, will you? Or you're not going out, are you? Do you know what I mean? We talk like that all day. We're also famous for saying things that aren't necessary. All day long we say things that aren't necessary. You could live in Ireland for 50 years beside your neighbour, and if you meet them in the street, they look at you and they say, ha ha, is that yourself? Who else? It's no secret, by the way, that we Irish are very partial to a little drink. God knows we can't help it. There's no way you can be sober in Ireland, so don't forget about it. Enjoy yourselves. This fella Flanagan came home the other night with a lot of drink on him. His wife said, you're home. He said, I am. It's the only place that's open. Did you ever see people coming out of pubs in Ireland when they close at night? Have you seen them? They're beginning to walk like that. Did you ever see them walk like that? Yeah, not to spill any. Get it done. Did you ever go to somebody's house or a party here in Ireland? As soon as you arrive, they line up the drinks in front of you. They say, come on now, get it down, it'll do you good. There's another one, drink that. Fill up his glass, drink it, get it down. 2 hours later, they have you over the sink. Saying, come on now, get it up, you'll be all right. You'll be all right when you get it up. It's a waste of time putting it down. In the pub, the door burst open and this little fella dashed into the bar, visibly agitated, and he was annoyed as well. He looked around the pub and he said, I want to know who painted my donkey green outside the door. And this big fella, 6'4", aggressive, stood up and said, I did. What about it? And the little fella said, I only wanted to tell you that the first coat is dry.
Holy Week. One year, the parched mountain flamed. Smoke drifted east towards the Holy Well. On another, we entered chapel to the melt of white into indifferent overcoats. Uncertain weather in uneasy times. Used to daylit masses, dark interiors disturbed us. Difficult to tell what lurked in shadows by dark candelabra. Comfortable rituals upset by novelties. Tabernacle door ajar, fonts dry, stained glass windows dumb, and in the creeping reek of incense, life-size crucifix dragged up the aisle, set on altar steps, kissed. And the faithful on edge, unsure of response, to stand or sit or kneel. We took our cues from those in front, assumed them in on the secret. Caught on the hop, we popped up and down like uneasy, dreaming infants. Struggling for anonymity, we chimed whatever chants seemed most strident, hiding in a single voice. Uneasy wonders for 2 evenings. On the third, normality returned in fires and bells and candlelight. We dipped remorseful fingers in newly consecrated water. Worn out with novelty, we slept, rose late on Sunday, realized that everything was still the same as it was in the beginning, almost.
Oh, to be in Doonery with the sweetheart I once knew, to stroll in the shade of a leafy glade where the rhododendrons grew, to sit with my love on the bridge above the rippling waterfall, to go back home nevermore to roam is my dearest wish of all. If you ever go to Ireland, I'm sure you will agree to take the road from Dublin town way down to Doonery. And when you find the wishing well beneath the chestnut tree, in a shady nook by a winding brook, will you make this wish for me? Oh, to be in Doonery with a sweetheart I once knew, to stroll in the shade of a leafy glade where the rhododendrons grew, to sit with my love on the bridge above the rippling waterfall, to go back home nevermore to roam is my dearest wish of all. And if you take the hilly path to where the bluebells grow, where we as barefoot children played so many years ago, you'll find a slumbering castle there, and enshrined in memory, in a shady nook by a winding brook, will you make this wish for me? Oh, to be in Doonery with a sweetheart I once knew, to stroll in the shade of the leafy glade where the rhododendrons grew, to sit with my love on the bridge above the rippling waterfall, to go back home nevermore to Rome is my dearest wish of all. Oh, to be in Doonery with a sweetheart I once knew, to stroll in the shade of the leafy glade where the rhododendrons grew, to sit with my love on the bridge above the rippling waterfall, to go back home nevermore to Rome is my dearest wish of all. To go back home nevermore to Rome is my dearest wish of all.
And that's almost it this week. We hope you've enjoyed this and all the other videos available on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notifications. We'll end with a lovely song and video from Trim's own Kathy Crinnion. We hope you enjoy the Easter time, and until we see you again in 2 weeks, take care.
Took for granted all of the things you said to me. How could I have been so blind? But something inside me wanted me to believe in you, but I don't see a truth that's there to find. Now I'm holding up the bar and I'm pretty wasted. I've had so much beer I can't even taste it anymore. What am I doing to myself? I don't play on my guitar, I can't really face it. I can't watch TV, baby, in case it's something we would have seen on it before. You've hurt me more than you have a right to know. Oh, I guess you thought I'd take it fine.